We're about to do a deep dive on Aphex Twin sound design, covering the advanced techniques he uses on Syro. I've already made a video covering some of these more popular sounds, but this time we're going much deeper. Then we're gonna add the pulsing effect. Smooth it out. And that's a little bit too repetitive, so I'm going to alter the shape of these last two. Unison to make it wider. And we can adjust the spread at the bottom. Flanger for some more interest. Phaser to make it sound a bit thinner. And for some pitch drift, we're going to add LFO2 to the tuning. And after you've made the sound, you go into the matrix page and adjust this curve. So by automating that, you can add some more interest to your track. If you want to download the presets from this video, they're all available on my Patreon. One of the key things I realized about Aphex Twin's music is that he adds movement to his synth patches. So for a few sounds in this video, we're going to be using LFOs in creative ways to add some interest to our sounds. So to me, this one sounds a bit more like a string pad, and we're going to create it again with a free synthesizer so you can all follow along. Make it softer, make it fade in and fade out. To make the sound open up, we're going to drag this envelope to the filter. Unison and chorus. To make it sound a bit more airy, add the EQ. So most producers would have stopped there, but Aphex Twin does one last thing, and it's what makes it a special sound. We're going to drag and drop this to the volume of our sound, and it's going to go ha ha ha. If you wanted to, you could exaggerate this. But for this preset, I'm gonna keep it really subtle. So those first two sounds was our easier to do sounds, but our next sounds, these are for you producers that wanna create more unique sounds and really know the advanced stuff that Aphex Twin does in his music. Start with saw. Make it sound a bit more like a wind instrument. Lower octave, higher octave, pitch drift. To make it sound a bit more Aphex Twin, we're gonna add some noise. Turn it down and we're gonna isolate the highs. So make sure it's being sent to filter 2. Our next sound is very mysterious. This sound is very similar to the previous sound in terms of the noise, but there's a few differences that make the sound a bit more advanced. But before we get to that, let's create the sound first. Part number 1. And we're going to make it fade in and fade out. Our next part is going to be the noise. This is the exact same method as the previous sound, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly. Noise, this is going to filter 2 and isolate some highs. And our third layer, this is the advanced bit. Go into the oscillator editing section by clicking the pencil and turn down the first slider. We're going to use an LFO and we're going to add it to the volume. Next, we're going to combine our 3 layers together. And to make the sound have an old school texture, we're going to add some pitch drift, but this time it's going to be a little bit different. LFO2, add that to the tuning as usual, but then the amount of pitch drift is going to be coming in and out randomly. If you want a simpler way to make the sound, try RC20. Noise, you can make it darker or brighter. That's similar to using a filter like we use in our sound. Next we have wobble, and that's equivalent to adding pitch drift. And if you add flux, it's gonna add some more unpredictable elements. And our final sound of today, there's a couple techniques that I realize he does quite frequently, so I really want to share that with you today. Step number 1, create a bass melody. It's so much easier to sound design when you already have the melody done, so do that first. And if you want the sound to be more metallic, add some FM from oscillator 1. And we're going to duplicate it and make the second bass sound very different from the first sound. Both oscillators are the same pitch. I've increased the resonance, and it's a slightly more percussive shape than before. The main thing is to have two bass sounds that sound completely different. And then we're going to delete that bass part and join a new bass line that harmonizes that bass melody. So by itself it sounds a bit weird, but when you combine them both together, it sounds a bit more interesting. This end result, I don't think it sounds too much like Aphex Twin, but that's the whole point of this video. You can take these concepts and apply it to your own musical style. Like if you used to listen to Eve 10, that's another bass patch where it bounces between two bass melodies. If you find this video useful, there's some more advanced sound design videos in my Patreon where we take these synth concepts and push it even further. And you can also download every single preset from this video.